Let's test some romance book ads. I'm an author, used to make $20,000 a month, and I dropped down to my lowest point. Now I'm fighting back to 20,000. So let's take a look at what we need to do today. We are using my passive income machine app, of course. So to get to 20,000, I need to increase my US and UK ads. My US ads, they're in the process of working things out. So light green means that they're not they're active ads, but they're not profitable. Green means it's profitable. Let's give this some more time before we start testing more stuff here. But for the UK, we have all these yellow, which means they're probably not performing very well. So, and we need to triple our UK income. So let's test some UK ads with my main male romance series. Okay, so what should we do? Let's take a look at this page first. So this is my head-to-head test that I've run over basically in the last 3 years. So we're looking at the UK for the main series, and here's the data we have. So back in October of last year, I ran a test between women 28 to 33 and 34 to 65. It looks like the 28 to 33 did really, really well, 100% return on investment, but that's only a 3-day test. So let's see what else we have. This was for a new release, book 7 in the series. So here's a test I ran. These actually ran kind of overlapping. So this was September of last year. I basically tested all of the targets I could possibly run, and it looks like Gaga had a 76% return on investment, whereas YA had an 11% return on investment. So they both seem like could potentially be profitable. And then we have another test I ran around the same time. But this was a month-long test and all the age groups. And the only one that was profitable for a full month was the 34 to 65. So that says to me that I should run a test, like my age range should be 28 to 65 for the UK for this series. And then these are certainly two things we can test. Let's take a look at all the other ads I've run so far this year. So on my ads profitability page, and this is all the ads for year to date. So if we look at this, I ran an Instagram ad for young adults, and it had 130% return on investment. And I ran it from January to February. Like that's basically like a 3-week run. But I just shut it off. This was before I had the automation. So it didn't just automatically update, like didn't automatically turn back on like it would now. So this tells me if I want to run an Instagram ad, YA would be good, but that's also proof that YA is good for the UK for me and this, for my ad setup and whatnot. This is saying that this is an Amazon ad and currently has a 54% return on investment and spent $116. So this means that basically it's an active ad. So it's been running since May 7th, and this is basically today on this app. And it also, this says here, so what phase it's in. It's like it monitors the ads in various phases. Phase 1 means it's an active ad, means the ad is turned on. Done, of course, done. 2 means that the ad has been shut off. So whenever it says 2 here, it's been shut off and it's been watching, but it still has the potential to increase the budget if the performance is right. And then there's 3. That's like the end stages. The best you can do right now is just turn the ad on and maybe reduce the amount of spend on it. But this means that this ad has been tested and it's been profitable. So it's been started up again or extended, and it's in day 2 of that extension. So that's really good. My Amazon ad's working. And here's when I ran Schitt's Creek. And it looks like, so stopped means that the initial response was really poor. Like it was below a 60% return, like a negative 60% return on investment. If it's sat within the first 3 days, it automatically shuts it off to save money. And then it continues to monitor it. But it looks like it was continuing to monitor it since 2, which means it's no longer an active ad. And in that watch state, it has become profitable. So white means it's between 0% return on investment and 24.9% return on investment. And it's hitting 5% return on investment. So that means it's going to watch it for another 5 days, and odds are that's going to continue to increase. So if we want, Schitt's Creek is another potentially profitable outcome. So we can test YA. This is another YA ad that was profitable with a 20% return on investment with a $50 spend. But this is a 1 of 2, and this is 2 of 2, which means I turned it back on. And when I turned it back on and spent another $87, it lost 23%. Okay, so this is how I use this app to determine what ads I'm gonna run next. I think what we should do is we should run some tests, not on Instagram. We'll save that for another day. But right now, let's set up some ads on Facebook for Lady Gaga, YA, and maybe Schitt's Creek, and we'll do an ABC test. Okay, so let's go and set that up. So here are all the ads that I'm currently running that ran the last 7 days. So today, none of them are running. I think we should also test the new format of ad. They've been performing okay in some areas and well in some other areas and poorly in some other areas. But I really do want to test to see whether this new format of premise ad is working for, would potentially work for the UK. So let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, here we have it. All 3 ads for young adult, Lady Gaga, and Schitt's Creek. I'm spending a budget of $5 each, and it runs for 8 days. So we'll remember the premise of this is to do mining. So we set up a bunch of ads and we mine for profitability. And then once the app recognizes it's profitable, it'll automatically extend it and increase the budget and all those things, testing it each way along the way to maximize profit from each individual ad. But all we need to do is mine for gold. So these are the ones I'm mining for today. I will let you know how they are doing in a week. In the meanwhile, subscribe to find out, and please like. If you have any questions, post in the comments. Until next week, see you soon.